Hey guys, it's Random Girl here. Today I'm bringing you a guide on completing the easy and medium Ardy task set. To start off with, we'll look at the skills that we need. We need 15 fishing, 38 thieving, 10 construction, 46 mining, 38 strength, 39 agility, 21 range, 50 fire making, 51 magic, 49 farming, and finally 57 herb lore. There are a few quests that we need to complete this, and some of these quests will have initial requirements before completing them, so look into those as well. The quests are Enlightened Journey, Partial Completion of Fairy Tale 2, Meeting History, Plague City, Sea Slug, Hand in the Sand, Tower of Life, Biohazard, Monk's Friend, Back to My Roots, Gertrude's Cat, Partial Completeness of Monkey Madness, and Kenneth's Concerns. Now with the Kenneth's Concerns quest, if you have not already completed it, keep some of the rubium ore that you can mine during the quest, as you will need this for the tasks, and if you can save it, it's a lot quicker than having to run back through and collect some for use later. Okay, now let's look at the items that we need. We need a cat, some coins, a ring of dueling. We need a Luna or a Duraman staff unless you have completed all of the fairy tale quests to use the fairy rings. At least 3 watermelon seeds, and if you don't want to look after growing watermelons yourself, an additional 10 curry leaves to pay the farmer. If you don't have an enhanced crossbow and grapple on your tool belt, then you will need at least a grapple and crossbow. You need some U-logs for travelling on the balloon route. If you have already unlocked travelling to Castle Wars, you won't need to do this. If you haven't, then you will need 10 U-logs. A unicorn horn, cowhide, raw chicken, raw swordfish, some water and lore runes to teleport to Ardy, and you will need to be on the regular spellbook to use these. You'll need a monkey gree and an enchanted key, which is from the Making History quest. I recommend bringing some armor, a little bit of food, maybe, I guess it depends on your combat level, whatever you feel like you need to bring along with you. I do recommend preparing ahead for some of these things. One of the things is planting a jade vine. It does take a while to grow up, so if you don't have access to using a supreme growth potion from the manor farm, then plant this ahead of time so it has time to grow. We also need to have a cat, and it needs to be the adult version. So if you have a kitten, make sure that you take the time to grow it up before doing these tasks. Also make sure that you switch over to the standard spellbook. Any of the other spellbooks won't work for doing these tasks. Also make sure that you have some rubium ore. If you haven't completed Kenneth's Concerns quest, make sure to get this ore because it is a pain in the butt to go back and get it again. Okay, let's get into it. Start out by teleporting to the Ardy lodestone, run to the farming patch and plant watermelon seeds. If you don't want to look after them yourself, make sure to pay 10 curry leaves to the farmer and he'll look after them for you. Now we're going to run towards the combat arena. If you like, you can pickpocket the master farmer while you run past, otherwise we'll come back to that later. Once at the combat area, just enter the gates. Now head back out and run towards Ardy and cross the agility log on the river. Head over to the Servants Guild and ask about employing a servant. You will notice that I don't always get achievement pop-ups when doing this because some of the tasks I'd already completed prior to making this video. Head over to Wizard Crumpety's house and ask him to teleport you to the Rune Essence mine. Mine a couple of pieces of essence while you're here, then use the teleport portal to get back. Run over to the marketplace and head over to the silk merchant's stall. Attempt to steal some silk. If the guards attack you, kill them and then attempt again until you get some silk. Then run over to the southern house opposite the silk stall. Pick the door lock and head upstairs. Then try searching the chest for a nature rune. Head back out towards the coal mine east of Wizard Crompety's house. Mine some coal. Feel free to drop this as we don't need it. After you've done this, head over to Witch Haven and speak to Ezekiel for him to buy your rubium ore. Then head out of Ezekiel's store and speak with Jeb to have him transport you to the fishing platform. Once you're at the fishing platform, use a net or a fishing rod to catch some fish. Feel free to drop these. Then speak to Jeb and have him take you back to Witch Haven. Run over to the boat and travel to Brimhaven. Once in Brimhaven, you might like to charter the other boat back to Port Hazard, as this will complete one of the easy Karamja tasks. Get off the boat and speak with Tyndall Merchant about rusty swords. Next, if you haven't already, use the deposit box to bank your cat, as you can't complete the next bit with a cat in your inventory. Speak to Murphy about the fishing trawler, then board the boat. If you get the message that people are already on the fishing trawler and you'll need to wait until they return, just hop to another world and try again. You will need to wait a short time after boarding and then the trawler will start. Once you're out, speak with Murphy and get him to take you home. The boat will sink. You'll need to click on a floating barrel to get back to shore. Once back on shore, you should find yourself near the Tower of Life. Head inside and go downstairs. Run to the northwest altar and click on it. This will use the unicorn horn and the cow hide to make a unicow, which you need to kill. After killing the unicow, run southwest, click on the altar, and kill the sword chick that appears. Then head back upstairs and outside. Now we're going to run south and use the summoning altar to replenish our points. Even if your summoning points are at full, interacting with the obelisk is enough to complete the task. Head back towards the Tower of Life and use the fairy ring to teleport into the unicorn cage at the zoo using code BIS. Then use the fairy ring in the unicorn cage to teleport back where you came from using the code DJP. Run over to the monastery and speak with the brother, get him to drop some balloons, then jump on one of the balloons and pop it. To avoid some extra running, now is a good time to take our teleport runes and head back to Ardy using the teleport spell. You'll end up in the marketplace. Head over and speak with the silk merchant, making sure you still have the stolen silk from earlier in your inventory. Tell him that you have some silk from Al-Kharad and offer to sell it for him for 120 coins. He will refuse, then ask for 60 GP. Make sure that you sell it for 60, as any other amount won't actually complete this achievement. Now head south and use the bank. Grab out your ring of dueling, cat, and monkey gree if you don't already have them in your inventory. If you don't have the enhanced crossbow and grapple on your tool belt, then make sure that you grab a spare crossbow and mithril grapple for one of the next steps. Run southeast to the Poison Arrow pub and speak to Marion to buy some food. Now run back just north of the zoo and enter the general store and buy a vial of water from either of the shopkeepers. Head south into the zoo, equip your monkey gree and speak to one of the monkey keepers to be placed in a cage. Then unequip the gree and speak to another keeper to be released. Sometimes I've found this does complete the achievement while doing the Monkey Madness quest, but sometimes the achievement bugs and I've had to come in and do it again, which is why I've included it in this guide. Head over to the penguin enclosure and speak to Larry about penguin hide and seek. You need to buy something from the rewards store. It can be absolutely anything. I just chose the coins because hey, who doesn't need some extra money? Now run north into the church and pray at the altar. Hopefully you did some preparation earlier and planted the jade vine or used some leafy supreme growth potion on it. Head into the Handlemont mansion and check on the health of the vine. If you have the option to inspect the vine and leave it to grow wild, do that and then kill it. However, using the growth potion on it doesn't seem to give me that option, but checking the vine's health has still completed the achievement for me when using the potion. Now we're going to run back over the river and enter West Ardy. This is the part you need your cat for. Run over and speak to the recruiter until somebody throws a tomato at him. Then run south into the church and pray at the altar. Run a little further west until you find an NPC with the title Civilian and speak to him about selling your cat. You don't actually have to sell him your cat, but you need to talk about it to complete the achievement. If you do want to sell your cat, wait until after you've finished the achievements and have the Ardy cloak, as he will pay more for your cat. Now we're going to teleport to Yanel. Run inside the walls to the house next to the sandpit and speak to Bert, then ask him for some sand. Now run to the wall behind the pub and click grapple the wall. You only need to climb one side of it, so you can jump straight back down. Then head into the hunter shop and open the trade interface to complete the next achievement. Now use your Ring of Dueling to teleport you to Castle Wars. For the next part, we're going to be using the balloon transport system. If you haven't unlocked the route to Castle Wars, you're going to need 10 U logs and to start out on Entrana. Teleport to Port Sarim and catch the boat to Entrana. If you already have unlocked the route to Castle Wars, then you've already completed this achievement, so you can skip this step and just wait at Castle Wars for the rest of us to catch up with you. Once on Entrana, run over to the balloon and give your logs to the monk. Then choose the travel option on the balloon and travel to Castle Wars. I'll leave the link to the wiki below on unlocking other balloon routes if some of you need help. Once back at Castle Wars, run quickly into the waiting room through any of the portals. I just chose the Guthix one because green is my favourite colour. Inside, use the portal to leave again, and now head over to the bank. Grab yourself some combat gear and a couple of those rune essence that we mined earlier, maybe some food if you have a low combat level, or if you don't like to run any risk. Run north to the observatory and click on the shooting star notice board. Now head northeast towards the salamander hunting area, run up the hill and climb down the ladder next to the altar. Run all the way to the back of the area and use the Ardougne altar to make a random selection of runes. There is a bank here if you need it, but you'll have to pay with runes to use it. Run back out and head east into the battlefield and kill something. Once this achievement completes, head back to a bank and deposit everything, withdrawing only your enchanted key. Now teleport to the Ardy lodestone and run west. This is our second opportunity to pickpocket the master farmer as we run past. If you didn't do this at the beginning of the video, make sure you do it now. Make sure that you drop whatever seeds that you get from him and continue west. Stand in this patch of white flowers and then rub the enchanted key and go to past B. Speak with Sarah, who's in the garden, then use the key to teleport back to the present time. Now we're going to run south across the bridge and head to that little building near the West Ardy wall with the lever. Pull the lever to be teleported into the wildy, then pull the lever to come straight back. Now finally head back to the farming patch at the farm and pick your watermelons. This will complete all the tasks. For your rewards, head back to the church and speak to the doctor just outside to claim the first cloak and rewards. Now run over to the marketplace and speak with the town crier about the task system to claim the cloak and rewards for the medium tasks. Congratulations, you've now done a lot of running around and have some cloaks with semi-useful perks. Keep an eye out for my other upcoming achievement videos or have a look at some that I've already made. Take care.